Unlock the magic of books. They are not just the pages, they are the portals of the new world, wisdom, and the personal growth. Dive in and let your mind soar. On that note, I would like to welcome you to the third episode of the Bibliothek. It is an exciting opportunity, to engage directly with the authors, explore their motivations, experience, and the learning during the book writing process, plus getting worth feedback about the content and discovering the unique selling points, USPs, directly from the authors. In today's episode, we delve into the world of Microsoft Dynamic 365 AI for the business insight, which transform your business process with the practical implementation of Dynamic 365 AI models featuring none other than Dmitry. The book uncover how to do the mastering Dynamic 365 AI, which help business professionals can unlock new growth opportunities and stay ahead in the today's AI-driven landscape. By the end of this book, you will be equipped with the skills and the knowledge necessary to fully harness an immense potential of AI into the Dynamic 365. I would like to gratitude the Packt to sending the paper copy for this book for a review, and I have gone through the book pages by pages, I think approximately 150 pages, and to be precise, I think 145, and find the attention grabbing content inside. The anticipation ends here. Let's welcome Dimitri to the call and give him the floor to introduce himself. So over to you, Dimitri.
Thank you, Mish. My name is Dmitry. I have been working with the Dynamics product since version 1.2, so that's about 20 years as of 2024. And I've been everything from a developer to a BA to now I'm more or less designing these systems on an enterprise level.
Okay, that's wonderful. And on that particular note, Dimitri, if you can tell about what were your sources of inspiration for the books, like if you would like to share some personal experience while writing the book, how much support you got from Anna, because you mentioned them, and specifically your kids.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's been a journey. My time is sort of limited. I have a full-time job as C platform architect various clients, and it's
Hmm.
been it's I wrote the book over a course of 6 months, and I definitely needed a lot of support from the wife and the kids, as I don't have much time. So I would take probably maybe an hour a day. My goal was an hour a day or so over a course of I think it was about 6 months that I wrote this. We initially, with the publisher, created an outline, and unfortunately,
Hmm.
that outline was more or less outdated by the time I finished
Uh,
the book. I mean, that's just the way the technology works.
hmm.
Everything kind of gets stale. So I did have to kind of come back and revamp certain
Hmm.
aspects of the book so it doesn't sound too dry. And the book really is just an introductory, very basic level where we go into just high level of what AI is, and then
Hmm.
I dive into how it will sort of change the landscape of what Microsoft is providing in its CRM product.
And if I could ask, like, who is this book for? Like, who could be the target readers for this book?
My goal was to write this book for a very introductory, very basic level of people who, customers who have implemented Dynamics CRM or C now and don't really have an understanding of where AI is heading. There's a lot of
Hmm.
hype when it comes to AI. It's going to change the world, it's going to dominate the world, it's going to take over the world, a lot of different things. But I think CRM is a very applicable it's very applicable to CRM because CRM is usually just it's a way to manage
Hmm.
and store data. So over a course of maybe even a few years, the landscape of CRM will really change, and you're going to basically be interacting with more or less a bot. Um, when it's going to feed you information and you're going to feed it back information. So you're not going to actually have to navigate as you do to certain records, to update certain aspects of the system. You'll just interact from a centralized place and you'll feed it info and it'll feed it back info. It'll be basically an android inside your computer that's going to be talking to you, helping you sell and helping you advise on how to do customer service and in
Mhm.
whatever marketing or whatever aspect of CRM that your job focuses on.
Like, I know it's really hard to say that, okay, out of example, five kids, one is my favorite one. But if I would ask the other way around, which one is your favorite chapter from the book? I know it's really hard for you, but if you can
So no,
try to.
I think that a lot of the book was structured the book to provide a lot of background information. So the
Mhm.
first part of the book is just basics, right? The
So,
basics around AI and how AI works, and so just for laymen to kind of understand how what it is, and then I really get into the co-pilot portion of the book, and I think that's really the meat of it. How Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, will affect
yep.
the way we work in the future. So there's a couple of good chapters that I wrote
So,
revolving Copilot and how these Copilots will, be built and how it will use various data sources to bring this information to a centralized, robot. Right? It's not really a robot, but it will be a sort of like an intelligent digital robot that's going to sit and be your assistant. So that's, I think, is probably the most important part of the book, I would say, and how it
okay.
applies to CRM.
Okay, wonderful. And do you want to say thanks to Umesh, like who is the reviewer for the book?
Yes. So yeah, I thank you, Omish. Did a wonderful job reviewing the book.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know it took longer. Well, it took a little bit longer than we expected. I did have to
Hmm.
rewrite a bunch of stuff. Then this is just due to the fact that when we did the outline, it was a little different than what we expected it to be. But
Hmm.
as things change, we kind of had to change the language and such. So appreciate that help for sure.
If I would like to conclude, so if I were to provide the feedback on this book, I would highlight basically the value of its case study and the use cases. While learning about the technology is very essential, that understanding how to apply these technologies to the real world problem statement, which is equally important. And this book's case studies offer the practical insight that can help you to bridge the gaps between, the theory and the practice, different practical items or the practices. Regarding a specific chapter, if I find, I could say the chapter 7, which really strike me, where you talk about leveraging generative AIs in Dynamic 365. It delve into the topics such as Azure OpenAIs, language models, and the ChatGPT integration with the Dynamic 365. So overall, I believe the book is a worthwhile investment for your valuable time and the money. And for me personally, I would highly recommend to go through it. Especially as you mentioned, we all are agreed that the world is quite changing towards more the AI-driven technologies or the tools or the modules or products, and we can clearly see how the Dynamic 365 moving. Even the Copilot in the sales, customer services, customer insight, or any module you can just pick it, AI is there. I would highly recommend the book actually to all of the readers to just have got it and go through on that one. And on that note, thank you, Dimitri, for your gracefully sharing your time with us. Heartful shout out to all of our viewers for their unwavering support. And I would say remember to subscribe the channel, click the bell icon for the notification, and share the valuable content with your friends, colleagues. Let's spread the knowledge and excitement. I would also give the Packt link against this book in my description section of the YouTube. So just go and check it out around there. Stay tuned for our next episode where we will be unveil the next book up for the review. Until that, have a fantastic time. Goodbye and happy learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mish.